probably the last video that I'm going to make of 2019. So therefore this is probably the last video where you can leave comments. So let's leave as many comments as possible. I don't even mind if one person leaves 100 comments. Just flood this video full of comments, you guys. Maybe leave 100 comments each. Just copy and paste and just make this like a massive comment video to prove to YouTube once and for all that comments are important on our videos. And I will be revealing the winner of my free prize giveaway of those Big Finish Doctor Who, Dalek and Doctor sets. In today's video we're going to take a look what's inside of this box. It's a box that I pulled out from the back of one of my cupboards, and boy oh boy was I surprised to see what was inside of this box. So without further ado, let's take a look and see what's inside of this box. Okay, so I've opened the box, and inside of the box is a whole ton of Doctor Who trading cards. That's right. This is something that I collected a long time ago and had forgotten all about it, and now in today's video finally I get to show you all of these amazing Doctor Who trading cards. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to pull out from the box is actually a brand new and sealed, and I won't be opening it, a booster pack of 12 Cornerstone Doctor Who trading cards, which is really quite nice. I absolutely love the design on the foil here. It's absolutely brilliant. I do already have a few of these in the collection, but it's never a bad thing to add another one of these booster packs to the collection. And then we have some really rare and exclusive signed cards. So I'm going to quickly go through those with you. There's a few duplicates, I believe. Okay, so we've got one here of Deborah Watling. There she is. Fantastic. We've got one from Caroline John. These have all been hand signed, by the way. So that's really quite nice. There's Caroline John. We've got another one of Deborah Watling. So that one there is a swap. We have Sarah Sutton, who of course played the companion of Nyssa. We've got another one of Caroline John. We've got a lovely one of Sophie Aldred, who played Ace. And we've got a fantastic one from Paul McGann, the 8th Doctor. That's really cool. So there are all these signed cards. On the back there it says, "Congratulations," and I'll read it to you. "You have found a very limited edition, genuine, hand-signed autograph card by the Doctor's companion, Victoria Waterfield," obviously for this one. And yeah, so that's a really awesome find. I can't believe that for so long these have been in this box and not being utilised and displayed within my collection. Okay, so some other cards we have here. They're a lot larger. These are almost like mini postcards, and from the company Strictly Ink. We have the 6th Doctor there from the Trial of a Time Lord. We have a lovely one of the Daleks and Davros from Genesis of the Daleks. We've got one here of Peter Davison, the 5th Doctor, with Tegan and Turlough from A Resurrection of the Daleks. One of Leela from the Face of Evil. And finally we have one of the Daemon from Doctor Who and the Daemons. So that's really awesome. Like I say, in comparison to an actual trading card, these are really rather large. As you can see there, you can kind of see the difference in comparison. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the main part of this video, and that is the bulk of what's inside of this shoebox. Now you may think that this is a lot of trading cards, which by all means it absolutely is, but as you can see down here I've got absolutely stacks and stacks of these things. Like, I will try and get these all in shot here. Let's have a look. There we go, so you can literally see how many of these trading cards that I have managed to find in this shoebox. It's absolutely incredibly crazy. I believe there's 3 series of these Cornerstone trading cards within this kind of bulk collection. There will be a lot of swaps, I expect, but there's about, I don't know, maybe 300 cards. There's 100 cards in each series, I believe. So I need to kind of get these in order because they're completely out of order, and I nearly dropped them then. That would be an absolute faux pas on my part. So I will just show you a few of them and show you really what they're all about. As a kid, I used to collect these, and they used to cost like 10p each. You could buy them from the little shop near me for just 10p a card. And of course, as you can imagine, I bought quite a few, but these were actually bought later on, probably on eBay, like about 10 years ago, in bulk. But when I was a kid, I probably had maybe this many, and obviously that was a lot, but I never had the complete collection. So what I loved about these particular cards were they showed scenes from particular Doctor Who stories, and I'll go through them in a bit more detail in a minute, but any Doctor Who story that I hadn't seen, and this would be an example of one right here. This is clearly The Face of Evil, and it's a story that I'd never seen before at that point, and I used these cards as kind of like something to spark up my imagination about what was to be expected in that Doctor Who story. We've got another one here, for example, from Destiny of the Daleks, which actually was the second Doctor Who story I ever saw, so I knew exactly what this card was all about. So the cards are split up into kind of different themes, if you like. You've got the companions, of course, and it showcases all the different companions. For example, we've got Adric, we've got Sergeant Benton, technically not a companion. We've got K9 as well, so that's like the companion series of cards. And then we have something called the Adventures, which was the main bulk of the cards really, and there we go. The adventure cards depicted scenes from the Doctor Who story. So we've got one here from Pyramids of Mars, we've got one here from the Robots of Death, we've got one here from the Talons of Weng-Chiang, Image of the Fendal, Invasion of Time, etc, etc. So you can kind of imagine as a young kind of boy like seeing these thinking, I wonder what this story is going to be like, and these really helped. You also get something that's called a checklist, and on this one here it's like a Doctor Who logo, and on the back here it tells you all the different kind of cards that you can collect. I believe these cards were slightly rarer than the rest, like you wouldn't necessarily get these in those booster packs that I was mentioning earlier on. Now we also get a type of card called the Villains, and that there depicts the Daleks being the villains, of course, in that particular story. And we've got another one here, for example, again the Daleks being the villains, and again the Destiny of the Daleks there, the Daleks being the villains, and the Daleks having no hemispheres on the back of their skirts, which is quite interesting. Some more cards that you were able to collect as well were the Doctor cards, and of course they would have each Doctor on there. You could have maybe 10 or 20 of Jon Pertwee, but they'd all be different kind of variations, so again, fantastic stuff. That is all the different types of kind of card that you were able to get within these series. So there wasn't actually a game that you could play with these cards per se, but you could certainly kind of swap them with your friends if you know your friends were also into Doctor Who in the early 90s, which if you were anything like me they weren't, so you were completely on your own there. But the best thing about them really, like I said, was the artwork and being able to imagine what the story would be like. On the back of each card there's a little kind of blurb, and it tells you all about the particular image that's on the card. So this one here, for example, it looks like it's from Snake Dance. It says it was written by Christopher Bailey, first aired on the 18th of January. Companions were Adric, Nyssa and Tegan. The location planet was Menusa, so it's all kind of little bits of tidbit information, and then it goes on to tell you all about the story itself. So if any of you have collected these cards down the years, then let me know in the comments down below. And talking the comments down below, that is probably all going to be gone like come January 2020, which is just around the corner, so that really sucks. So this is like probably the last video that I'm going to make of 2019, so therefore this is probably the last video where you can leave comments. So let's leave as many comments as possible. I don't even mind if one person leaves 100 comments. Just flood this video full of comments, you guys. Maybe leave 100 comments each, just copy and paste it, and just make this like the massive comment video to prove to YouTube once and for all that comments are important on our videos. I wish you all the very best, a happy new year, enjoy Doctor Who on January the 1st, and I will be revealing the winner of my free prize giveaway of those Big Finish Doctor Who Dalek and Doctor sets in a video on January the 1st, 2020. I will see you all there. Enjoy yourselves, don't get too drunk. If you do, you can have a massive hangover, but maybe it'll be worth it, I don't know. Happy New Year, and I will see you all again in my next video next year. Goodbye for now.